everyone, welcome back to Quirky Q. Today I am going to do an updated stage makeup routine using a new brand that I've been introduced to, which is the Mehron brand for theater. So let's get started. As some of you might not know, I am a theater teacher at a local high school, and one of the main makeup brands that we use is Ben Nye Makeup. And the main reason we use that brand is because it's well known and it was something that I grew up using. However, lately I have been turned on to a different brand called Mehron. So Mehron is also a theater makeup brand, and it is incredible. And once I started trying this out, I realized that it is reasonably priced in respects to theater makeup, and the quality is a little bit smoother and it's not as cakey. So I wanted to show you guys how I would use the Mini Pro Student Makeup Kit and show you how I would do my theater makeup using this brand. The first thing that the kit contains is my favorite part of the whole kit and what totally sold me on this product, and that is the makeup palette itself. This is incredible because it has a variety of foundations, and also you can use some of these as your highlights. It does have a shadow shade. It does even have a stark white, which is incredible, that you can use for more detail work. And then you do have different rouge colors that you can use, and these can also dual up as lip colors as well. The nice thing also about this palette is the very back part of it. It has a diagram, and it shows you the names and item number for each particular color. So for example, if your skin tone is Ivory Bisque, and you run out of that in the palette itself, you can actually go out and buy just this particular color and keep using it. So it's really nice that you can actually purchase all of these individually as well. The kit that I'm personally using is the fair and slash olive fair, because obviously I am very, very pale. And then it also has some indicators here. So over here it says highlight contour, and then over here it says accent shades, and it is really helpful for someone who is just starting out. Again, this is a student kit, so this is really user friendly. Let's talk about the palette in more detail. So this is what it looks like, just amazing. Really what the traditional palettes are going to be like, and they are so buttery smooth to the skin. It's just amazing, and it does not feel cakey at all. So you'll see more close-ups of this as we continue on, but it's incredible. It seeps into the skin, very creamy and really nice. So that is the palette itself. On top of the palette, we get a couple of tools. The first one being a professional makeup pencil in a brown color. The reason they choose brown is because this is also known as a shadow pencil, so you can use it to make wrinkles on the face. So you can actually do basic makeup and old age makeup and middle-aged makeup in this particular kit, and you would need a brown pencil, not a black pencil. And also when you line the eyes with a brown pencil, it does give a more natural effect, and it's more universal. Males can use it, females can use it. It doesn't just have to be a black liner pencil. It also comes with a makeup brush. It's itty bitty. It's used mostly for detail work, and it is fairly nice quality. It is kind of soft, and it's just your regular theater grade makeup brush. It does come with 2 makeup wedges for application, as well as a stippling brush to create texture and other special effects. And then the last but not least piece of it is the translucent powder, which is also known as the color set powder. So it is a white powder that goes on clear, and then you do have a little powder puff that goes along with it. The last thing that I really enjoy about this palette or this particular kit is that it does come with an instruction manual, and it does talk to you step by step on how to do all of the makeup. So it's really cool how it has this really, really in-depth explanation, and it shows female faces and male faces, and so it's really just a cool little booklet that it comes with the kit. Again, very user-friendly, perfect for students. So let's get started with the actual tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do my foundation. So I'm going to pick out of these colors down here. I'm actually holding it upside down so that I can get a better grasp of it. But out of these colors, I'm going to pick the one that matches my skin tone the best. And I feel like this particular color here is the better match for me. I do have some pinky undertones. And this is the color, I believe, hold on, I gotta check the diagram here. This is the color light olive. So I'm going to go ahead and use that color for my foundation. And I'm going to take a sponge like so and dip it into the product. And this is so smooth, the product is really creamy, so you just have to be careful with that. It might be soft beige maybe. Okay. So I'm going to take some product and I'm just going to dab it into the skin. So I did dab it onto my entire face. If I didn't have any eye makeup on and I was just going to put eye makeup, I could also put the foundation onto my lids as well to create a nice little primer or base to any eyeshadow or any eye detail work that I'm going to be doing. The foundation basically serves as a way for you to even out your skin tone and really just give it a blank canvas in which you will then continue adding on to the actual makeup look. So as I'm putting this on, this is the first time that I'm actually using the product and it feels so nice. It doesn't feel cakey like the Ben Nye products do, and it just really glides on nicely and it blends really nicely into the skin. And it has a quite natural finish, which is really nice. You don't want to look like a clown on stage. So I'm just dabbing it on as I continue on, making sure it's really in the skin and seeping in. You can actually go back in and concentrate on areas where you might have some scarring or areas where there's hyperpigmentation, and you can really, manipulate the coverage. So you can have light coverage, you can have full coverage, and then you always want to go down to the neck area, especially if the coloration is a little bit off, just to keep it consistent. And especially depending on how much exposure you're going to have on stage with your costume, you definitely want to make sure it's even all throughout. So once you're done with the foundation, you're going to go ahead and start with your contouring. So I like to start with my shadows first and then do my highlight. So the shadow color is going to be the darkest brown color in the palette. And when you put on theater makeup, you actually want to incorporate and put back the natural shapes of your face and where shadow and light hit your face, because stage makeup actually washes it off and washes your face out. So for example, if you're taking a selfie with your cell phone and all of a sudden the flash goes off and you look like a little alien being with no nose and just two beady eyes, that's exactly what stage lights do to the human face. So we actually have to draw on or paint on shadows and highlights so that they actually are showcased with the theater stage lights. So I'm going to go ahead and take this brown right now, and I'm going to use the edge of one of my sponges to use my contour. So I'm going to take that product. And I'm going to start with my cheekbones. Now I have a fairly plump, round face, so it's hard for me to visualize where my cheekbones are. So I like to do a little fishy face, so I can kind of find where the hollows of my cheeks are, and that's where I'm going to draw my line. So I'm going to feel around where the hollows of my cheeks are, and I know this looks really scary. Don't worry, we're going to blend it in, but you're basically going to create this hollows of your cheek, and you're just shaping it out so you don't look like a blob. And you're going to do the same thing on this side. Oopsie, got a little excited there. And we'll blend this all out in a minute. And the sharper your contour is, the more angular your face is going to look too. Okay, and then you're also going to contour your hairline. your temples, the sides of your nose. And you can really manipulate how thick your nose is going to be. Okay. And you can also do your jawline as well. And now we're going to go ahead and blend it out. So I'm going to just use my fingers and I'm just going to blend. Blending is really important. You don't want to look like you have all these like stripes or anything like that in your face. And this product really blends in nicely into the skin. Contouring also gives you some color because obviously the foundation washes you out. So it gives you a natural wash. So you want to contour so that it makes it look like you got some shape to your skin. And I'm just blurring out the edges and scooching it up a little bit. And again, I'm going to then go into my temples, blend that out. Blend the hairline, just blending it up. Jawline. And this just blends really nicely. And then I'm going to go in and blend my nose. Again, you just want to really blend it out so that it looks natural, but it's still highlighting. So you can now start seeing the contour. And then we're going to clean it up with highlights next. So the next thing we're going to do is highlight our skin and our features to make sure that they pop. So the big rule in theater is for every highlight there's a shadow, and for every shadow there's a highlight. And highlight is always going to go on top of the shadow because that's how naturally it hits when light hits your face. So for a highlight, you do not want to use this stark white color. That's too intense. So you're actually going to use a skin tone color that is a couple shades lighter than your natural one. So the lightest skin tone color is this one on the far right hand side on my end, and that is the Ivy Bisque color. And this was actually soft beige, so this is the Ivy Bisque. So I'm going to take my makeup brush and dip it into the product. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight. So the first thing I'm going to do is go down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to do my under eyes. And you want to do kind of almost a triangle shape with your under eye. And kind of like fan out a little bit. So that you can blend it in naturally in just a minute. Again, it looks strange, but we will blend it out momentarily. Same on the other eye. And if you do the inner corner of your eye, it will open it up, which is kind of nice. Some other places are your cupid's bow, and the fatty part of your chin, and your forehead, also up here above your temples, because there's also a shadow there, and above your temple again here. You can also highlight right underneath your brow bone. You can also do that with eyeshadow, which is what I kind of naturally already have. Okay, I did forget one spot to shadow. And I'm actually going to clean off my makeup brush and use the same makeup brush and shadow right underneath your lip. Okay, now it's time to blend again. And as you can see, now I have my highlights, I have my shadows, I'm kind of blending them together. The more it sits on the face with this product, the more it naturally kind of seeps in as it continues on. But now I have more dimension on my face as I'm blending it all together. And the nice thing is it does dry to like a powder finish, even though it's a cream texture at first, but it does eventually dry really nicely on the skin and it just feels completely comfortable. I like to use my fingers for blending just because I feel like the oils of my hands actually works with the product really well, but you're more than welcome to use your sponges or any other makeup brushes to help you with your application. I do use the ring fingers just because they do have a little bit less pressure on the skin because you don't want to tug too much. So that's basically the contouring piece and putting all that together so you naturally continue sculpting your face as you move forward. The next thing we're going to do is now add some rouge, which is blush, and make your skin feel alive and make you look alive on stage. Obviously, as you can tell, this really pales you out, especially when you do the highlight. It does open up your eyes and make you look more alert, but then again, it makes you pale. So you want to use some sort of blush. So the blush I'm going to use is obviously this color right here, which is the tawny pink, and this one is just a really nice little color that you can use. I'm going to use my fingers to apply it. Again, it's really, really creamy, and you're just going to go to the apples of your cheeks. And blend in an upward motion. So I smile to find the apples of my cheeks, which is like the little fatty part, and then in an upward motion. Again, you want to blend, don't want to look like a clown, but you do want to bring some life to your skin. And then lastly, you can put on some lipstick. Using the makeup brush, you can actually use this raspberry color, that's what it's called, and you can use that as your lipstick color. It tickles a little bit. And then that'll add a nice color. You can always do more, you can do less, you can use different lip colors, whatever you feel is necessary for your character. The last and final piece is actually putting on your powder. This is going to help set your makeup, it's going to take away some of that shine, especially against the lights, and it's going to give some longevity to your makeup. So I'm just going to take a little bit off on my powder puff. Tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna press it in. You don't want to like rub it in or wipe it in, or wipe it all over your place, because you don't want to like move around your makeup too much. And you do want to especially focus in areas where you're super oily. I'm very oily in my T-zone, so forehead, your little cheekies, your chin area, your nose. And it will apply clear even though it looks super white on the packaging. Now you do see that it does pick up some of the makeup as you do that, so make sure that you're always cleaning your tools and your makeup brushes because that's really important for the longevity of your materials. And that's pretty much it. This is how you would apply basic stage makeup. I love this brand. It feels really comfortable on the skin. It doesn't feel like I have layers and layers of makeup on. I think it blends really nicely. It looks very natural. You have a lot of options with this palette, so you can mix and match different skin tones, and you can add white to make things a little bit lighter if you need to, or highlight more intensely. But I think overall it's a great product. So hopefully you found this interesting and helpful, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Usually use in our theatrical performances, blah de blah. As some of you already probably the first thing I want to talk about where that blah 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 blah.